What's going on, good people? Happy Sunday morning to you. Yeah, guess what? I'm not working today. Actually heading to the golf course. We got a tee time for about an hour and a half. So I said, let me make a quick video. Hope everybody's doing okay. So look, y'all, I need help on what to title this video. So I got two options. All right. And I'll get into the details in a minute, but just have this in the back of your mind. So the first option of the title of this video is called maybe clickbaiters. All right, clickbaiters, and have a picture of maybe Kelsey and a picture of Marcus, and have clickbaiters, because Marcus talked about this whole boxing match that we didn't see, and then Kelsey talked about being in the club with Feisty, which we didn't see. So I thought, clickbaiters. Or another title for this whole video is Marcus STFU. All right, Marcus STFU. All right. It's Sunday, so we'll keep it clean. But Marcus was just talking way too much. It's like, dude, just shut up. Let them fight. All right. Let's start from the beginning. Last night, actually this morning, because I actually shut down the phone last night, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. Spent some quality time with my loved one. And so this morning I turned on my phone and I looked at a couple of videos, and I saw, let's do Kelsey first. All right. I think Kelsey is probably more open to suggestions. You can't tell Marcus nothing because he thinks he knows everything. But we about to deal with that foolery in a few minutes. But Kelsey, I think Kelsey may be a little bit more impressionable as far as open to advice. Kelsey, I watched the video. The title was something to the effect of going to the club for Feisty. Feisty is supposed to be hosting somewhere, and so that was the title of her video. So of course we were looking, expecting to see Feisty. Now I saw her numbers. I saw Kelsey's numbers, like 1,000, 1,200, 1,200 views. Like, all right. And I complimented Kelsey. I see her channel growing with this whole vlogging thing, you know what I mean? And the music and the thumbnails. So I see she's putting in work, I guess under the guidance of somebody and herself research to put in the work to put forth positive content. And for that, I definitely applaud you, Kelsey. And I mentioned that in another video, right? In spite of what the comments said from some people, I see improvement. I see how you're trying to develop this thing and take your craft, seriously. Great job on that. However, Kelsey, I must warn you, what you tell the people in the title or what they come there looking for, you best have it, all right? Because you don't get a reputation of having clickbait. So if you say you're going to do something in the title, then you need to do it. In the title, you said Feisty, and we're expecting to see Feisty in the club doing the thing, hosting. Now, I understand that because of copyright stuff, you cannot necessarily play the music, but you could have muted it, right? You could have had some footage of her in the club muted, right? I'm just saying. But no, we have a conversation between you and Tyrone. What's the dude's name? Otis? Cleo? Whatever your old dude name is. Y'all talking back and forth and arguing. Well, that's not what we came there to see, ma'am. So just a piece of friendly advice from one content YouTube creator, if you call me that, to another. You may want to watch the title, may want to make sure what you're putting out there that you're going to offer, you actually offer, all right? Where it could have been, on the ride, on the way to see Kelsey on the way to see Feisty at the club or something like that. You know what I mean? But or actually have some footage of her in the club. So I see you as you progress in your YouTube journey, and hey, keep up the good work. Now to Mr. Man, Mr. All-knowing, all-knowing, all-knowledgeable, all-wise, six-figure nigga. I'm sorry. Six-figure ninja, right? All right? Trying to impart his knowledge and wisdom on the young folks for his own gain. Yes. So, now, Marcus has a thumbnail of two people boxing. All right, well, I click on the thing. Guess what? I expect to see some boxing going on. But you know what I saw, what I witnessed, what I heard? I heard more talking from Marcus trying to impart some of his, what he thinks, words of wisdom upon people that really don't care. We came to see a boxing match, all right? Now, let's break it down. First of all, Marcus, you telling them young folks that they need to be vulnerable, they need to open up, they need to express, they need to show their emotions, they need to show their soft side and weakness. Well, come on, man. We know the only reason why you telling them that crap is because you want them to open up and express it on camera for your show so you can video it, so you can make a video and make money off of it. That's your only interest or concern, all right? I think tragedy, when tragedy first met you, see, tragedy set you straight because you try to run in that whole vulnerability and open up and expressing and getting off your chest BS to tragedy on that first interview. And tragedy said, yeah, you're right. But you need to tell that to your therapist, not to some joker in your face with no camera to go on YouTube. So, quit with that BS. That's what it is, all right? Second of all, as a man, so you can tell them young jokers this, but as a grown man who has experience, who's been through life, as a grown man, I don't like to talk about money, but definitely six figures is no stranger to me at all. All right, for a very long time now. All right. Let me just say this to any young men who are listening: all that crap about being open up and vulnerable and showing your soft side, to hell with that. Tell it to Jesus. Tell it to God. But you better not be out here crying and coming off weak and soft and showing you all of your emotions. No, because this is what happen. Your lady, she may say, oh, okay, but when she's talking to her girlfriends, like, girl, that nigga was crying like a big baby. No. All right? Look, handle your business, and all that sharing and oversharing and opening up and being vulnerable, that is for the birds. You never let them, look here, you never need to let them see you sweat. Let me say it again. Never let them see you sweat, which what that saying means is, no, you keep your vulnerabilities to yourself. Think about it. Vulnerabilities are your weak points. Why in the hell would I want to tell somebody where my weak points are? Huh? So they can use it against me in the future? Look here. Let me give you some real advice. Anything you say, and this is to the young men, all right? And women too. No, it's universal. Men, look here. Anything you say will be used against you at a future date and time. Let me say it one more time. Anything you say will be used against you at a future date and time. Now, you can go before your, guys, you may get caught up, all right? You may get caught up, do something you're supposed to be doing, and you go, baby, I'm sorry. I did this, I did that, will you forgive me? And yeah, okay, I forgive you. But God as my witness, it will never be forgotten. And as God is my witness, it will come up again in future arguments. When she's mad at you, it's going to come up again. You will be hearing that about your transgressions for the rest of your freaking life with them. So keep that stuff to yourself. If you want to be vulnerable, if you want to confess, all right, you want to show your softer side, you need to show that to God. Show it to Jesus. Confess to Jesus. All right? Be vulnerable to Jesus. Be vulnerable to God. But now, as a man, I can only speak from a man's perspective. It applies to ladies too, but more so as men. No, don't be trying to show your vulnerability or something. No, they don't want to see that. All right? They don't want to see that. I'm just saying. So that old wishy-washy, mushy stuff that Marcus is trying to tell y'all, because I know y'all watch the show. Y'all know y'all fights, y'all jokes, y'all watch the show. Keep that crap to yourself. He's just trying to use your story to make money off you. Period. All right? Once again, tell Jesus, Buddha, Confucius, the tree god, the sun god, whatever the hell you worship. All right, now, that's on the vulnerability stuff. Secondly, Marcus, why is it, you and I talking here, why is it you keep trying to make people do what they're not built to do? Why is it you keep making people try to do what they're not built to do? Think about it. None of these folks are built for corn. None of them. None of them. But because of their desperation, because of their need for money, for a roof over their head, or for food, or for whatever else stuff they're doing, they do it. But none of these people are corn actors or actresses. They're not. That applies to the boxing. Those boys aren't boxers. They're not boxers. And it was just hilarious how you're trying to geek it up. Hey, K3, I went to go see your baby mama, and she's watching. And, she's watching. And if you lose, she'll be watching. If you win, she'll be watching. Well, as good as I know, Marcus, that girl don't care nothing about whether K3 win or loses a fight. All right? All right? Her emotions, her feelings have nothing to do with no fight. Okay? And in spite of what she was... Oh, by the way, young lady, you look good. You look prosperous. You look well being at home at your mama's house. All right? Now, do what you need to do to get your own house and leave these unmotivated people alone. All right? Quit having babies by all these broke bums. What in the world? I need to make a qualified list for future dating. Women, I made a list for y'all young women of what to look for in a man, some traits, because y'all clearly are missing out the red flags, listening to your hormones instead of listening to your brain. But that's a whole nother story, a whole nother day. But look, them boys aren't boxers. It was so funny because we clicked on, and Mark's like, well, we're gonna see a fight, we're gonna knock KO. And pretty boy tragedy, like, you see these teeth? you want us to try to knock each other out? We ain't got no mouth guards. He stopped one short and said, we ain't got no headgear protection. Tragedy. In a lot of ways, you're smart, all right? Tragedy, in a lot of ways, you're a smart young man, all right? But a lot of ways, you're dumb, too. But a lot of ways, you're smart, all right? And on that, as well as he told Marcus, you talk to your therapist. That's who you open up and be vulnerable to, right? But who by law can't tell the world what you say, right? But a lot of ways, you're smart, but a lot of ways, you're dumb. Also, that was dumb tragedy last night when you end up in feisty with no protection. That was stupid, young man. But what you said about the mouthpiece and all that was smart. And K3, it says no beef. They got no issue. All right. But once again, for Marcus's entertainment, saying, well, the people want to see. No, the people want to see that. People want to see that, Marcus. What the people want to see, your lying butt. Wait, I'm sorry, it's Sunday. What the people want to see, sir, Marcus, is you and KC go at it. That's what we want to see. All right? That's what people want to see. People want to see CJ. Yeah. What the people want to see, Marcus, is you and CJ going at it. That's what we really want to see. You talk about what your fans want to see. All right? Look here. We want to see you and CJ, go at it. But K3 was like, hey, Marcus, and even Tragic, like, no, man, let you put on gloves. We don't want to fight you, you know. And of course, Marcus, bless your heart, you couldn't tell him the truth. You couldn't tell him the truth, now could you? You said you're not on my level. You're not on my level. You know, you don't got the kind of money. Once you get that kind of money, stop the cap. All right? Use the new terminology. Stop the cap. Stop the lying. Ain't got nothing to do with no money. The bottom line is, Marcus, you will get your butt whipped by them young boys. All right? Those YNs, first of all, you're on testosterone placement treatment. All right? So obviously there's a deficiency there. Second of all, your age, dude, you 40-something. They're in their 20s. Third of all, your length and your reach, with those, you know, your reach is probably what, about a foot, all right? Because your height, 2 feet, 2 feet. Your reach is probably about a foot and a half. So no, you wouldn't stand a chance to get some young boys. Secondly, you smoke, you'd be panting for breath after the first round. So quit lying to them young boys saying you're not on my level because of money. Money ain't got nothing to do with it, boy. You would get your behind whooped. All right, fighting them, trying to box them young YNs. And guess what? So would I. But I would tell them the truth. No, we look, I'm an old man. I'm fighting you in your 20s. Now, if I was in my 20s, all right, I go back to my 20s, and you in your 20s, hey, you know what? You'll be looking up at the sky real quickly. But, you know, hey, no, so don't get that BS about, oh, you ain't on my level. No, they're not on your level, right? Because you would get your butt kicked, all right? Now, all this line about money, you know, all this money stuff, money talk. Now, you could tell them to them young boys who ain't never had any money, all right? You could tell that to people who never had any money or who's trying to get money. But the bottom line is, money makes you a bigger whatever you were before you had money. If you were a jerk before money, you're gonna be a jerk with money. If you were a nice person when you were broke, you'll be a nice person when you got money. All right. So money is not the end all and be all. All right. And quit making it sound like, oh, you know, you don't got your money up. Money ain't got jack to do with nothing. And actually, what you do realize, what you do find out, and perhaps you never realized this, but once you get so much money, or you're in a position where the money is just money. Money is just money. It can't buy you love. It can't buy you happiness. It can't buy you peace of mind. And if anything, if you're not careful, the anxiety and the problems increase with the more money you make. I know it may be before your time, Marcus, son, but Biggie Smalls had a song where he talked about the more money, the more problems. More money, the more problems. So you have to have your life right with your higher power. Whether you broke or whether your bank account is full. So all this stuff about money is the end all to be all. No, it's not. No, it's not at all. Speaking from one with experience, all right? We've never had a lack and shortage of money, all right? Money's just money. Money's just money. At the end of the day, money is just money, all right? You have a whole lot of stuff, boats, cars, motorcycle, hell, even an airplane. But that don't buy you happiness. That does not make you a good person either, all right? It does not necessarily make you a bad person, but it don't make you a good person. So quit trying to show off or claim money as a reason for your stature, what you're supposed to be, and all that kind of stuff. No, man, no. Tell that to people who don't know. But those of us who do know, those of us who have handled money for many years and are still handling money, money is just money. Because at the end of the day, if you're missing something before you have money, you'll still be missing that after the money. All right. So whatever that worth, whoever needs to hear that this morning, that's on the reel. So with that in mind, help me name this video. All right. Option 1, clickbait. Clickbaiters have a picture of Kelsey and they have a picture of Marcus, or just have a picture of Marcus on the title saying Marcus STFU. Shut up. Nobody cares about what you think about how the world turns. The heck? Your clickbait, your thing said a boxing match. All right, if you're going to give your philosophies of life, put in the title, Marcus gives his philosophy of life. And see how many clicks you get on that. Because at the end of the day, we don't care. Even the young boys you're talking to, it's funny how you share your philosophies with what? K3? But you know not to try that with Tragedy. Because Tragedy give you his philosophy on life. And say, oh man, go jump in the river. You talk all that talk to who? Chaos? Chaos is listening, but Chaos don't care what you say. It's going one in right out the other. Say all that talk to CJ. Oh, that's right. I forgot. You want to see a boxing match? That's who I want to see fight. I want to see you and CJ fight. It wouldn't be much of a fight. Boxing match. Get out of the damn boxing, man. All right. Oh, and by the way, spoiler alert. I was told that as far as the boxing match, that actually K3 won the boxing match, because what Marcus had you do, you had to go over to the other site. K3 actually won the boxing match, which makes sense because Tragedy is full of yep. So anyway, all right, thanks for watching. Love to hear what y'all think in the comment. Like I said, tell me which title we need to use, all right? And we'll go from there later. Have a good Sunday, people. Bye.